scary story that will keep you up tonight. If you're watching this at night, you might want to leave the lights on. What you're about to hear has never been solved, and maybe it was never meant to be. There was a man named Teteteke Gekonsi who was in the hospital for abdominal surgery so he could barely move. One day a nurse came in to change the linens, and when she came back inside from being right outside his room, he had disappeared. He wasn't anywhere in the room. The hospital searched for a week until some men had to perform maintenance on the ceiling. When they opened the ceiling up, they found Teteteke inside the ceiling in the fetal position, and he was deceased. The autopsy showed that his death wasn't of natural causes and someone put him in the ceiling. A few months later, a man named Sandile Sibaya was admitted to a different hospital to have his broken femur treated. After a few days there, he was about to be transferred to a different hospital to see an orthopedist. But when they went to get him, he was gone. They looked for him and only found him when a bad smell permeated the hospital. So the staff opened up the ceiling and found Sandile dead in the exact same position as Teteteke. And they said Sandile also didn't die a natural death and was placed in the ceiling by something. He started exhibiting some troubling behavior and his parents were worried about him. He said he would drive home from college and that he had a lot he needed to talk about. On the way home, he pulled over like 3 separate times and just sat there for hours. At some point, about halfway home, he ran out of gas and a roadside assistance employee delivered gas to him at 9 a.m. By noon, when he still hadn't arrived home, his mom called the insurance company and was able to contact the roadside assistance employee and have him check on Bryce. He found Bryce in the exact same spot where he had delivered gas to him hours earlier. He had Bryce call his mom, and Bryce said he would be home by 3 p.m. At 6 p.m., he is still not home and his parents report him missing. The police find Bryce just 8 miles away from where he was previously sitting. He seems fine. They leave. He still just sits there. Again, the roadside assistance employee checks on Bryce and finds him in the same spot the cops left him hours earlier. Anyway, after a lot of that, when he does finally start heading home, he crashes the car off a cliff. It was found he accelerated while descending the hill, so they think he crashed on purpose. Police find the damaged vehicle, no Bryce, and he is never seen again. On a quiet Thursday, December 12, 1985, a small toddler was seen wandering alone inside a Kmart in Spanaway, Washington. No parent, no guardian, just a little girl, confused and silent. When authorities gently asked where her mom was, she gave only one haunting answer: "Mommy is in the trees." Her photo was published in the local paper, and soon she was identified as Crystal by her grandmother, who took her in. Crystal seemed deeply shaken, like she had witnessed something no child ever should. But the big question remained: where was her mother, Diana? 2 months later, deep in the woods near Elby, Washington, over 30 miles away, Diana was found. Nearby was an abandoned pickup truck with a handwritten note inside that read, "I love you, Diana." The truck belonged to her partner, Mike Reamer, a skilled outdoorsman who often trapped in those woods. But Mike was missing, and with their history of conflict, he became the prime suspect. Police also began to connect this case to another disturbing incident. Months earlier, in the same forest, a couple had been attacked during a camping trip. Both were found later, and in both cases, strange similarities were noted, including a sock tied around the neck of the victims. Was Mike responsible for all of this? He had the experience, he knew the terrain, and he was last seen in that forest. But the mystery didn't end there. In 2011, more than 25 years later, a hiker stumbled across something in the woods, a piece of a human skull. Forensic tests confirmed it was Mike Reamer. His cause of death, still unknown, but investigators believe he too was a victim. That means someone else was out there, someone who may have committed multiple murders and disappeared without a trace. And Crystal? She somehow ended up in a department store over 30 miles away. Someone must have driven her there. Was it the same person responsible for everything? Imagine, a silent 45-minute ride with the one who had just taken her family. We may never know what she saw or who was behind it all. But her words still echo today. Mommy is in the trees.